And now at Bar Torvik, they have a 70.7% chance of making the NCAA tournament as a projected 9 seed, 15-3 overall, 3-2 in the SEC, number 37 in the net. They played a so-so strength of schedule, number 106. Their biggest downside is their non-con strength of schedule at number 331. So it's got to kind of drag the overall profile. And at least that view in the selection committee room. They're 2-1 though, straight up on the road this season. 2-2 against quad one competition. 66 EFG offense, 118 EFG defense. Again, at Alabama, Kentucky, at Oklahoma, at Florida the next 4 games. 3 of the next 4 on the road against some stiff opponents. Welcome to the SEC. What are your thoughts on Vanderbilt? Are they inching toward being the L word, the G word, to get an at-large berth in this year's NCAA tournament?
I think so, man. I mean, I really like Edwards' game. Jason Edwards had 18 again in that win, that comeback win. I mean, that was a gritty one, and they're knocking on the door right now of being a top 25 team. I think they're definitely a tournament team, man. And what I like is there's actually some buzz around that program, kind of like football this season. They pulled off some upsets, and people actually cared about Vandy football for the first time in a long time, and that's what we're seeing in hoops. And they got some big games coming up, but I saw this earlier. So the game against Kentucky, that's going to be the first time since 2019 that Memorial Gymnasium has been sold out for a men's basketball game.
Wow.
Like you said, they get Alabama tomorrow night, which I can't wait for that one. I do like Alabama in that game, though, to keep rolling, especially because of what they did for us this weekend. And then you get Kentucky, like I said, after that. So 2 tournament resume builders. I like this team, though, man. I don't know if they have enough scoring other than Edwards, but I do like them quite a bit. I did not see them beating Tennessee.
No, I didn't either, especially given the deficit they were in against one of the elite defensive teams in college basketball. But Vandy, you're right. They will not be dandy tomorrow in Tuscaloosa. I'm going to lay the 12.5. That's opening line right now at BetMGM. Let's talk about Bucky Badger, Wisconsin. As they go in Los Angeles, I should have listened to you. I liked USC on the money line. Well, that was just donating cash to BetMGM because they got clobbered at home 84-69 by Wisconsin, a team that's now 15-3 overall, 5-2 with the Big Ten. They have a 99.5% chance of making the NCAA tournament as a projected 5 seed according to Torvik. They're number 21 in the net. They played the 38th toughest overall strength of schedule in college basketball. 2-2 on the road, 2-3 against quadrant ones, 47 EFG offense, 54 EFG defense. Got to like that balance. Their next 4 matchups at UCLA, home against Nebraska, at Maryland, at Northwestern. So 3 of their next 4 on the road in the Big Ten. Conceivably, I think they're going to lose at Maryland. We'll see about UCLA. I think at a minimum, they're going 2-2 over that stretch. Well, what do you make of Wisconsin? Are they for real? Do you believe they're a top 5 seed in this year's NCAA tournament?
I definitely think they could be, man. It's just the Big Ten is so loaded right now. But when we did our conference breakdown a couple of weeks ago and we did our dark horse candidates, I said, why not Wisconsin? I've never seen a Wisconsin team score the basketball like this before. I like Blackwell a lot. Nolan Winter's been really good on the glass. I'm a big Greg Gard fan, and that's a tough place to play, the Kohl Center. So they have a real home court advantage, only 3 losses thus far. And I think they're only going to get better defensively as the season goes on. They're not going to be your traditional Greg Gard defensive team, but I like them quite a bit, man. The problem is, though, that conference is just so loaded, and they have some tough road dates still to come. But I like this Badgers team more than I have the last couple of years, and I think they could be a Sweet 16 team, maybe Elite 8. That would probably be my ceiling, depending. We'll see how this closes out for them here these next couple games, though. But I like this team a lot more than I thought coming into the year.
Yeah, me too. I mean, Greg Gard, you thought, it's going to be half court. They're going to try to, put a stranglehold on you and just wear you down defensively. That's not a calling card. This Wisconsin team scored a hundo not once but twice this year, including a school record 116 they had against Iowa. So this is not your older brothers. This is not your dads or grandfathers, Wisconsin Badgers. Let's go with another team that is flame material, and that's Texas Tech, and guns up with the Red Raiders. They clobbered Arizona in Lubbock, 70-54. Why? Caleb Love, he stinks.
Yeah.
He was bad in that game as they win that one convincingly. Now 13-4, 4-12, or 4-2 in the Big 12. number 15 overall in the net. They're projected to be a 5 seed according to Torvik. They play the 92nd toughest strength of schedule. Okay, in that category, 316 non-con. It's going to really drag down the profile, but an impeccable 3-0 in true road games, 3-2 in quad ones. They're number 10 in the nation EFG offense and 43 in EFG defense this season. Their next 4 at Cincinnati, Oklahoma State at home, TCU at home, at Houston. Houston's going to be a tough one. At Cincinnati, we'll see what version. I think they can actually be the Bearcats. I think the Bearcats have been a bit overvalued all season long. I think they can go 3-1, and they're probably going to be ranked and maybe a top 20 team going in to that Cougars matchup.
I like this team a lot, man. Maybe too much just because they got 3 guys that on any given night could give you 20 points, right? I mean, I like Toppin a lot, obviously. Darian Williams has been really good, averaging 15 a game. And then Chance McMillan, almost averaging 15 a game, too. So I like this team quite a bit. I did not see that coming. I stayed away from that game last minute, but I like this team. I like them a lot in the Big 12 this year. 13-4 right now. Yeah, Caleb Love, though, does stink. I'm regretting. So Arizona, I bet them to win the conference a couple weeks ago, and that turns out that it might not be a great bet. But I like this Texas Tech team. I also really like Hawkins, the point guard. He's almost averaging 7 assists per game. Yeah, this team's good, man.
Yeah, they got some ballers, and McCaslin can absolutely coach his tail off. Remember, he was in North Texas and got that team deep in the NIT before coming over there to Lubbock and Texas Tech. All right, let's look at the flip side of the coin in fantasy lanes. What the hell happened to Marquette? You lose at home, 59-57 to Xavier. This is a team that we thought had Final Four aspirations. Maybe they still do. 15-3 overall, projected to be a 4 seed according to Torvik. They're 6-1 in the Big East. Number 18 overall in the net. Number 23 in SOS. They played a really difficult non-conference SOS at number 12. 4-2 on the road, 5-2 in quarter ones. Again, the resume is rock solid. Then you look at the advanced data. 106 EFG offense, 156 in EFG defense. That's alarming, to say the least. At Seton Hall, Villanova, at Butler, and then UConn after that. What are your thoughts on Marquette? Are you reassessing as this team maybe not even make it past the first weekend of the NCAA tournament?
I could definitely see them being. I mean, like, that's kind of like how Shaka does it, right? You never really know what you're going to get. I still like them, though, because they defend, right? And they have Cam Jones. You have a National Player of the Year candidate. You got guys that could get buckets. I just think this conference might be a little bit tougher than I thought. I thought I was getting cute a couple weeks ago when we were getting a 4-1 price on UConn, but then they end up losing this weekend at home to Creighton by 5. But with Marquette, man, there's something I just feel like off with this team. But you look at the metrics, you look at the Ken Pom rankings, you look at the way they defend the basketball, they should still be a team that can make a deep run, and they still should win that conference. But I don't know. I just feel like there's something missing with them when I watch them a little bit.
Yeah, the front court is what's really missing. The back court's great there with Cam Jones, but I certainly have my reservations. Let's go to War Daddy's North Carolina Tar Heels. They lose inexplicably to Stanford at home. They were 11.5-point favorites in that one, and they blew it 72-71. 12-7 now, 5-2 in the ACC. That would virtually get you in any NCAA tournament except this year because the ACC outside of Duke, no bueno. 72.4% chance still making the NCAA tournament is a projected 9 seed, 38 overall in the net. They play the 10th toughest strength of schedule. They were number 5 in non-conference strength of schedule. 3-2 on the road this season, but only 1-6 in quad ones, and they have a bad loss, a quad 3 loss on the resume. 92 EFG offense, 72 EFG defense. At Wake, BC, at Pitt, at Duke. 3 of the next 4 on the road. I think they're going to be lucky to go 2-2. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm all the way out on North Carolina. I mean, Mario knows obviously a little bit more than I do. I would fire Hubert Davis, though, if this team doesn't make a miraculous run. North Carolina is a brand name. North Carolina can't have seasons like this. Duke can't have seasons like this. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I always say as a Chicago Cubs fan. It doesn't make any sense in this market with this brand to not spend money, to not have a winning basketball team. And also just like, I don't know, maybe I'm off here. I like the freshmen. I just think this team's too talented. I keep betting them. I don't know where I'm off with them, man. It has to come down to coaching.